Hey everyone, Isaac Cheekin here and doing another week of football picks. I'm gonna go ahead and start and do week 18's picks in the NFL because it's the end of the NCAA year and there's only 1 week left, which are the championship games. First one is Washington versus Michigan. I'm going to go ahead and say Washington again, like I said last week. I know Michigan took Alabama in overtime and beat them there, but that was because Alabama ran the weirdest play I've ever seen in my life in overtime. And, well, Washington handled Texas, did not let up on them at all, which I knew they would. Texas was overlooking them, and that was the end. Michigan is also just as cocky as Texas. I'd say it's a surprise. Washington becomes the national championships, becomes the national champions. There we go. And in the NFL, we have it's the Steelers. Yeah, Steelers versus Ravens. I'm going to say the Ravens. Yes, I know the Steelers had a winning season, but they're kind of hit and miss. And this, so far, is the best Baltimore team I've seen in a while. I think the last time they were this good was when they beat New York in the Super Bowl. So I'm going to say Baltimore. The Colts versus Texans. I really want my Colts to win, but it depends on which Colts show up. We're in the rebuilding phase. We're relying on our backup quarterback right now. And sometimes they really frustrate me. I mean, my Colts have surprised me and made me really proud, but it's been a roller coaster year for me. But I think the Colts will hold the Texans off, so fingers crossed. I'm saying it's the Colts. Browns versus Bengals. I'm going with Cleveland on this one. Cleveland surprised me this year. They've clinched the playoffs, and that alone is unfathomable for Cleveland. They're usually just a laughingstock. They win 2 games, and then this year they actually look like contenders. Cincinnati has not been that good. Ever since Joe Burrow got hurt, they've never recovered. Yeah, I think it's Cleveland. Minnesota versus Detroit. The Lions have this. They should have won last week against the Clown Boys, but they lost to the referees. And Minnesota, once again, they're just not that good. I mean, and partly because I picked them to beat Green Bay, and, well, everyone seen how that went. That game was over at the end of the first quarter. I think the Lions are going to beat them even worse. Next is Jacksonville versus Tennessee. I'm going with the Titans. And really, that's all I'm going to say about that game. Not really impressed with either one of these teams. Our toilet bowl game this week is New England versus New York. I will not go for those stinking Patriots. I'm going to say the Jets. Next, it's Atlanta Falcons versus the New Orleans Saints. I'm going to say the Saints because I like Derek Carr. He's not a good quarterback. Let's try that again. He's not a bad quarterback. But if you can get the right receivers around him. But yeah, the Saints aren't exactly playoff caliber this year, but neither are the Falcons at all. I'm going to say the Saints win just because they have the better quarterback. Packers versus Bears. Have the Bears won within the last 15 to 20 years? I'm going to say Green Bay on that just because the Bears, they're pretty much an afterthought at this stage. And the Packers, I have to be a little forgiving of them because they're also in the rebuilding stage. Jordan Love he's a good quarterback, but he's still learning. I think the Packers will at least finish the year on a high note. Next is Raiders and Broncos. Raiders. The Broncos have fallen apart, pretty much. This year, just take your season, throw it out, and get ready for next year. I'd say the Raiders are going to pretty much demolish the Broncos. Next is Philadelphia and New York. The Eagles are really just the Cowboys wearing green. But New York is another hot garbage team. I'm going to say New York screws this up and the Eagles win on that. Seattle versus Arizona. Well, until the Cardinals get rid of Kyler Murray and get a real quarterback, they're not going to win much. The Seahawks, I'd say the Seahawks take this one just because Kyler Murray doesn't have a brain. Let's just say what it is. He's stupid. But, of course, he's an OU guy. OU guys flop. That's what they do. But, anyways, Seattle wins that. Chiefs versus Chargers. I'm going to say Chiefs. Yeah, the Chiefs have lost a few games that they should have won, but honestly, I still have faith in them. Kelsick and Mahomes. Those are the main two ones I really like, and so I'm going to say it's the Chiefs. Rams and 49ers. 49ers. This is a battle of California, which, if you know me, I'm not really a fan of that state, but the 49ers are doing pretty well. They've clinched a playoff spot. They'll be first-round exits, but they will at least win this final game. Clown Boys versus Thin Skins. This is actually a rivalry game, so it's harder to tell. Even if you've been complete trash, you're going to try to beat your rivals. Unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to say the Clown Boys, but I think it will be closer than most people think. Dolphins and Bills. I'm going to say the Dolphins. They have Tua, they have Tyreek. Oh, wow. I forgot his name. How do you like that? Jared Allen. That's his last name. The Buffalo Bills do have him, but that's all they have. The Vikings. Fail. All right. The Dolphins have more weapons than the Bills do. I would say the Dolphins win that, and I need to catch my breath. Okay. That's pretty much my picks for this week. I'll see you guys later. Bye.